Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that and you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful to connect with you, to say hi, hello, how are you doing? What is happening with you? What's happening in your world? Um, for those who will be live, yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Let's do what we do. For those who will hashtag it and replay it, I am grateful. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And then for those of us who will be for those who will be used by Papa. So good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. So good to see you, my sister. For those who will be used by Papa at some place down the road to encourage this girl, she is encouraged. Thank you. Thank you for being used. Thank you for being used. All right, let's jump right on in. It is Friday. Friday. Um, and things are a little bit more relaxed on the weekend than they are during the week. I, you know, have a few less things and more. Anyway, anyway, uh, normalizing intentional growth through celebration. So, what I'm going to talk about all week long, we've been talking about a growth accelerant, a growth hindrance, the growth imperative. Like it's not an option, y'all. If we're not growing, something's off, something's wrong, something's right. And growth doesn't have to be these big, major, expansive, whatever. However, if we live every year, there ought to be gains. There ought to be a gain to every year. What you think? Should we stay the same from year to year, or should there new insights, new revelations, new levels of peace, new? Do you see at the very basic level, becoming more of yourself, more self-discovery, more releasing of things? Do you see, when we're in our younger years, we're thinking about accumulation and status and da 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 da. But as we get older, it's, look at Eric Erickson's psychosocial development, where he talk about generality versus stagnation. As we get older, we're more concerned about the giving of, the leaving of, the advancing of, right? And so I invite us to think about, first of all, every day. I read something, I was going through my notes and I read something that was so powerful. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it, but it said something about, and I don't know where I got it from. I'm assuming it was someone who had gotten a diagnosis, like a terminal diagnosis. And the quote that I had captured was, I'm not going to like mourn towards my death, but I'm going to celebrate it, or something to that end. And it just was very powerful, the thought of it. Not gonna be, let's see, can I find it? Yeah, yeah. But at any rate, this idea of fully leaning into let me see the days that we get, right? Just fully leaning into the days that we get. And that's what I invite us to do. And to do it intentionally, to do it with purpose, to do it with all that we are. Let's see, is this one? I don't believe it's okay. Is this the one? Nope. Doing it with all that we are, because to not do that is to not access everything that we have to access, right? So, what does it look like for you to be intentional about growth, to be intentional about expansion, to be intentional about living your fullest, most expansive life, which compels you to grow, which absolutely compels you to grow. Oh, it says, I do not want every day to be a countdown to my funeral. I want it to be a celebration. So I thought that was powerful. I don't want it to be a countdown to my funeral, but I want it to be a celebration to my funeral. Erica, good morning, honey bun. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love you, honey. Brian, hey, Brian, love you, sis. You too, sis. So I want every day to be a celebration, not a countdown. Yes, a celebration, not a countdown. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Normalizing intentional growth. Let's normalize it. Let's expect of ourselves that we are fuller, richer versions than we were previously. Right? So if you've had an encounter with something, let's expect that your next encounter with that self will be with that experience will be a richer encounter, that it will be a richer encounter. Let's expect that we're going to bring our knowledge, we're going to bring our insight, we're going to bring our awarenesses, we're going to bring our, all the stuff, all the beneficial stuff to the next encounter so that we can leverage it in ways that we were not able to leverage the previous encounter. Right? Let's make that commitment to ourselves that each round goes higher and higher, deeper and deeper, broader and broader, richer and richer. We become more of ourselves, right? Me too. At celebration, I love your sister funeral. It was amazing, and that's how I want to leave this earth too. Amen. 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 Hey, cousin. I got to have surgery. Oh, okay. All right, cousin. All right. I'll be praying for you. I want a cousin pray for me. I definitely will be praying. And so let's make sure that each day, yes, my sister's funeral was an all-out celebration, right? It was an all-out celebration. There, of course, we experienced sadness, but it wasn't a sad occasion. We experienced sadness, but her celebration was not a sad occasion, right? It was an occasion of celebration, celebrating her life. Me too, Erica, me too. That's the way to do it as far as I'm concerned, right? So, so yes, normalizing intentional growth through celebration of self, celebration of others, celebration of situations, celebration of experiences, celebrating whatever it is that there is to celebrate. I sure wasn't, because my cousin Brenda was an awesome woman. Amen. Yes, it was. Clyde was our DJ. My cousin Clyde was our DJ for her funeral. Hey, Melva. Sorry. Hey, Melva. So good to see you. Good morning. Ray Price. Thank God it's Friday. Friday. Virginia from Virginia. Happy Friday. Hey, sis. So good to see you. Yes. So what we going to do? What we going to do to celebrate? What we going to do to celebrate your intentional growth? Tell me how you've grown in the last month. Or how did you grow in 2024? What was your growth? What did you experience that you can say it was growth? It was growth. I know that I've made I can't even find my list, but I've made some commitments to myself of some things that I am releasing, some things I'm releasing that I've released for 2025, and some things that I am picking up in released in 2020 from 2024 and before, and gaining, and some things I'm picking up in 2025. Right? So one of the things that I've committed to myself is that every day I'm going to throw something away. Every day, because I got too much stuff. Like, it's just too much stuff. So every day I'm going to throw something away. I actually put a couple of chairs on Marketplace. Like, I've never done Marketplace where I put something friends only. Won't show up unless the stream is public on Facebook. I don't know what's happening with Facebook. I got to check it out. Anyway, where I put something on Marketplace, somebody's already coming to get it. And I am grateful for it. So I just have committed that every day I'm going to get rid of, put something on marketplace, something, you know, get rid of things so that, hey, Marcy New Tie. Melba, there's Marcy. WCCCD is in the house. Marcy New Tie. Good morning, my dear. Good morning. Good morning, my friend. So yeah, what is your growth? What's your intentional growth? What do you want to see different about yourself? Say in the next 30 days or whatever. You do your own timeline. But I'm just saying, what do you want to release? What do you want to add to your actions, to your being, to your thinking, to your feeling? What adjustments do you want to make? Like, one exercise is called the Wheel of Life, right? You can get all kinds of versions online, free versions, the Wheel of Life. It gives you 8 life areas, and you know, you give you score yourself, right? You rate yourself, if you will. I don't remember the scale, maybe 1 to 10, I don't know, but you rate yourself on where you are right now and where you like to be, and then I know, miss you too, Melba, and then you decide where you go from there. Like you put your rating, and you decide how you want to. You decide what number you want. So if you find yourself, say if it's socialization, I don't know, whatever it is, or say physical health. Say if you're at a 5 and you want to get to a 7, then you got to come up with a plan. How you gonna make it to the 7? What are you gonna do different? Like, God, what smart, right? We can use smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relative, and put some time to it, right? All those kinds of things, or that's a smart goal, or whatever kind of goal you like, whatever process around the goal. You just got to get from point A to point B. Make a commitment, be clear about where you want to go, and then make a plan to get there, and be free to adjust the plan. One of the things that I love about the way that I do life, if something ain't working, like if I committed to something, to do it a particular way, and if it's not working for me, I'm going to change. I'm going to change. I'm not going to keep doing it just because I made the commitment. If it doesn't work, like I'm not flighty. I don't just willy-nilly make commitments. No, if I'm making commitment, I have every intention, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to happen. But I also am free to make adjustments. I am free to change my mind, y'all. I am free to change my mind. If something isn't working for me, I am going to do something different. I'm going to do something different. And if I've got to stop doing something, if I've got to, bail on something, I'm going to do everything within my power to make it painless, seamless. I'm going to fill in whatever gaps I can so that I can be true to me. I can be true to my soul. I'm going to honor my soul's cry. You best to believe that. I am going to honor what my soul is inviting me to. What my soul is, what when Papa drops the ideas, drops the notions, drops the insight. Yeah, sooner, quicker, faster. I didn't used to respond to them as soon as I do now because I was afraid and hesitant and doubtful and all the things. The things. Can't, ain't, won't, all the things that come to your mind. But now I'm like, hey, it ain't nothing but a try. Ain't nothing but a try. It ain't nothing but a try. So let's try it. Let's try it. Not recklessly. I am absolutely not reckless. But I'm definitely more daring than I used to be. Much, much more bolder than much more courageous. Let's use that word. More courageous. I'm less impacted by scarcity mindset. I'm less impacted by that. I'm less impacted by the doubts that come or limitations that come with a scarcity mindset. Far less. Far less. So that's why I'm much more of a risk taker now than I used to be. And so fun. Let's just go for it. We can try it. If it doesn't work, we can try something else, right? So normalizing intentional growth. What is your growth? What area of your life? Don't pick too many at one time. I don't know. That's what some people say. I think do what works for you. How about that? Do what works for you. Let's just make sure that we're efficient at it. Let's not have so many irons in the fire that we're dropping the irons. Let's just do that. Let's now. So you how many irons you can have at one time is different than how many I can have at one time. It's not so much about the irons as it is about you knowing what's yours. What's your capacity? What is your capacity for having that many irons in the fire? What's your capacity? So that's what you've got to do, beloved. That's what you've got to do. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Like I'm rocking this thing out because we only got one shot, right? As Eminem say, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or would you let it slip? Right? Would you capture it or let it slip? I'm capturing it. No slipping over here. No, we ain't got time to be slipping, right? We only got one shot, one opportunity, one life to live. Good morning, cuz. Good morning, cuz. Cousins online. Cousins online. Margie and Clyde are my first cousins. They are. They my mama's sister and brother's children. It's a family affair. We had some good music, didn't we? Man, it's some good music. I think I'm gonna spend the weekend listening to music from way back when. So yeah, normalizing intentional growth. I get excited. I'm excited. Oh, so what I'm doing right now, my primary project is I am certifying individuals to become professional development coaches, and we have just entered into module 3. Woohoo! 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 And the deeper I get into this thing, the deeper I get. The deeper I get into this thing, the deeper I get. Like I'm super excited about what's coming up and out of me. I'm super excited about the opportunity that I get to join with others, to help them to grow, to be able to do what they do, to help them to tool and all those kinds of things. I'm super duper excited about it. I'm finally, no, not really. I've been using it for a long time. I was getting ready to say I'm finally using that second master's, that instructional design degree. But you know what? I do it all. I use it all the time. It's kind of a natural thing for me, actually. But it did give me some structure going through the process in the program. So I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm getting ready to start working, pulling together module 4 because I'm a real-time instructor. Like I do have things that I'm pulling together, but I pull together based upon a couple of things on what's the core concepts, and constructs that are necessary to get the what's the word? Basically the knowledge you're supposed to have for that, the competencies, to gain the competencies. But then secondly, each group is different. So each group, I promise you, each group, we're going to start another cohort. This is cohort number 1. They are the guinea pigs, if you will, right? They're my test subjects. And they have given me feedback, so it's already a better product than it was when I started. Yeah, so we're all in this together. I'm so grateful for it. But I'm going to start a second cohort on July 1. So if you know someone who would like to be certified as a professional development coach, who get all the skills and strategies and constructs and whatever on how to do it, how to join somebody where they are, how to help them to become empowered to live out life in the way that they want to, right? How to work through some of their stuff and maximize who they are. I'm your girl. I'm your girl. And Dr. Catherine E. James, PC is your company. So let me know. And I'll start doing some advertisement around that. And we will start enrollment. We'll start enrollment. Probably end of May, beginning of June. We'll start enrollment for our July 1 cohort. Ooh, we need to get on that. That's coming fast, y'all. We already out of Q1. We're gonna have to start enrollment in next month. Okay, we're gonna start enrollment next month for the cohort. We have quite a large cohort this first go round, quite a large cohort. And so we're gonna have them come on and do some testimonials. We're gonna talk about it and just see what it is that we got to say. All right, beloved. So that's me grow. I'm celebrating. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about myself. I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna put it out there, and I invite you to do the same. I invite you to do the same. Own your brilliance. You are brilliant. Just in case you didn't know it. What Erica say? Yes, it is natural for you because some things I'd be so puzzled and you help me figure them out. Erica's in the first cohort and she's doing an amazing job. Thank you, Erica. An amazing job. Yeah, and so you're brilliant. You have something magnificent to bring to this encounter called life. Yes, you do. And I am compelling you. Come on now. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on it. Don't have us miss the blessing that only you can bring us. Because I want it. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I want to experience it. I want to taste it. If it's consumable, all the things. Because only you can do what you can do. Only you can bring what you can bring. Only you can show up the way that you can show up, and only you can impart what you can impart into the universe. So let's be about the business of intentional growth and celebrating while we doing it. Okay. All right, beloved. You're welcome, Erica. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, you and me, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. We just simply don't have the right to not be amazing, because we would be functioning as counterfeits, imposters, to think that we are not amazing. You are. I am. We are. All right. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Bye-bye for now.